Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, and Abraham Lincoln, and many of our greatest presidents fought with the media and called them out, oftentimes on their lies. When the media lies to people, I will never, ever let them get away with it. I will do whatever I can that they don't get away with it. They have their own agenda, and their agenda is not your agenda.
Now, I'm a First Amendment absolutist. Short of crying fire in a crowded theater, I believe that everybody should be able to say anything. There should be no restrictions on the press. Don't forget, it was Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and the Democrats who wanted to shut down the press, who wanted to stop David Bossie from putting out his film against Hillary Clinton, who were complaining about the spending, which, remember, money in the political arena is speech. So Donald Trump has done exactly diddly nothing to restrict speech or spy on reporters, which Barack Obama also did. He has done nothing to hold up FOIA, Freedom of Information Act requests. He may do that later, but he hasn't done it yet. All he has done is struck back, and that is revolutionary.
Of things, and I'm surprised as someone from Fox that you would forget all the shots that he took.
No, he took the shots, and we didn't like him. And frankly, we don't like this either, because but he never went as far as President Trump has, and that's what's concerning, because it seems like he crosses a line when he talks about that we're an enemy of the people.
See, it's just not true. Obama went far, far beyond that. I didn't like the phrase enemy of the people either, although I think there's a certain amount of truth to it with our news media. But I didn't like that line, but that doesn't matter. I mean, Obama went so much further in, subpoenaing phone records and trying to criminalize James Rosen's job, trying to say that he had essentially committed treason. They were awful. The Obama administration was awful. All this guy has done is struck back. And when Chris Wallace says, you don't get to tell us what to do like a 2-year-old child, that doesn't mean a thing. Nobody's telling him what to do. All he's telling him is what he has done. All Priebus is saying is what you've done. He's not saying what he has done, what he has to do. He's saying what he's done. Now, and let me show you why. I just want to show you why this is so. That the thing about the media is it's not this story, it's not that story, it's an entire atmosphere. As Trump himself said, it's a tone, okay? We've talked a lot about how all this nonsense about Russia, they forget about the fact that Barack Obama leaned over to the Russian president and told him to send the outgoing Russian president told him to send a message to Vladimir Putin, the incoming Russian president, that after his final election, Obama said, I'll have a lot more flexibility. And he was referring to missile defenses, to stopping the missile defenses from being arrayed in Europe. Okay, serious stuff. I mean, I'm not calling it treason, but that was a serious thing to do. Nothing like the Trump administration has been found out to have done nothing anywhere close to this. Here is MSNBC's Katie Tour, who is on Twitter all the time talking about how reporters are like firemen. They run to a story like a fireman runs to the fire. Here's Katie Tour interviewing Florida Congressman Francis Rooney. And Rooney brings this up. Listen to Katie's reaction.
You seem to have a lot of confidence, though, that he is going to treat Russia in as tough a way as his predecessors did.
I do. And I think he'll treat it.
I'm just wondering where that confidence comes from. Obama. I'm just wondering where that confidence comes from.
Well, he's got a lot of conservative people in the government. And he's a business guy, so he might have spoken a little less nuanced than very trained generals and State Department leaders might. But I think he knows that, as he said all through the campaign, we're going to keep America strong. We're going to keep America safe, both at home and abroad. And you can't do that without dealing with Russia.
He also has a number of people that were, at least in his administration until last week, who were friendly with Russia, General Mike Flynn being one of them. His former campaign CEO was Paul Manafort, who's got ties to Russia. His Secretary of State was given the Medal of Friendship by Russia. So you say there's a lot of conservatives who are going to push back on Russia, but I see a lot of folks within Donald Trump's administration who have a friendlier view of Russia than maybe past administrations did.
Well, I think it was Obama that leaned over to Putin and said, I'll have a little more flexibility to give you what you want after the re-election.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're referring to, Congressman.
She doesn't, I mean, she could have said it was not Putin, it was Medvedev. But it was the former guy. But he said to send the message to Putin. He said, yes, I'll tell Vladimir. I will pass this on to Vladimir that you will give over Europe to our clutches, but I have no idea what you're talking about, Congressman. That is the problem. That's this thing, the Obama administration. It was scandal-free. It was scandal-free. Hooray! I mean, this is the problem, and it's because the left. And that means the media, because the media is ensconced in its own narrative, they don't even know they're lying. Even guys like Chris Wallace are defending a dishonest organ of information because he doesn't know. They are stuck in the narrative. And so, up until now, have we been stuck in the narrative. And Trump has really started to shatter that. I